And good evening. Hopefully you can hear me at the moment. Do let me know if you can hear my audio perfectly fine, and then we can kick off the stream. So we have a reasonable amount of stuff to be covered this evening, hopefully. So we'll go through it at a pace and we'll see how far we get. And then we'll continue. And if we need to continue on another live stream, we can do that at another point. Thank you, Vessel. Thank you for letting me know my audio is okay. So it's been definitely a busy week this week. And you can probably see behind me, I think it's this side. Yeah, you can see behind me, I have published 4 videos in the last 7 days. So it's busy, to say the least. So we have, just going back through, I did a UNAS Pro setup guide. So if you're wondering on how to get all of that set up, you can go and check that out. I did a UniFi Protect update. So UniFi released an update to 5.1 and there's some really cool features in there. Perhaps maybe a little bit later we can run through some of those features and have a quick look. I did cover that in a very briefly last week. So maybe something we can look at in a little bit more detail if you want to. And then we have the review of the new AI turret. So I have that right here with me and we'll speak about that again in a few moments. And we have the video of Ubiquiti's Black Friday deal. So that was a lot of things that have come and been added to their line. And again, we'll look at that in just a moment because we're just about to jump to that in a second. So there was a lot of things on there and there were some new things added. So the cameras were added, for example. And yeah, I mean, let me know if you've decided to get yourself anything, if there was anything that you've purchased or you've just taken advantage of the free delivery, let me know. So if you haven't seen any of those videos already, do go watch them, like, comment, subscribe, all the normal stuff that you tend to see on these videos. Any engagement tends to help them move further in the algorithm. So anything you do is highly appreciated. So let's jump to, oh, that was a good start. I closed the wrong one. Let's go to store.ui.com and let's open up the Black Friday deal. So these are the UK based ones at the moment that I'm going to go through. And I think there was a few, there wasn't as many options on the UK one. And I think that's just down to what's available in the UK store at this point. Being in the UK, you do have the advantage of ordering from the EU store as well. So if it's not something that was available in the UK, it is something you can pick up from the EU. So I think I went through this last week, but I went through this in the video, sorry, but I'll go through it again just for anybody that's not aware of what some of the things are out there at the moment. These are some of the deals that are there. And if you've got any questions on them, feel free to pop them in the chat and we can have a discussion on any of them, or if there's anything you want to know, again, feel free to ask your questions. So in terms of the cloud gateways, we had two options. We have the UniFi Express and the Dreamwall. And those two models are probably, I mean, they both have Wi-Fi built into it, which is a start. The UniFi Express seems to get a bit of bad press, to be honest. For what it does, the small device for £85, and I think it's about $100 or $120 in the US. I don't think it does a bad job at all. Yes, the interface is not as quick as some of the other ones, but you have to keep in mind the different processors that are in them. But for something of a small site or something that you just need UniFi connectivity to connect to another site or whatever it might be, I mean, these are good little devices. The Dreamwall, that was a good device that came when it did come out, and the fact that it's down, you're able to get over 20% off, I think it was, on it. I think that's a good buy. It's got Wi-Fi 6 built into it. It's got 2.5 gigabit WAN. What else does it have? It has a 24-port built-in switch with a bunch of PoE options, and it has 10 gig SFP Plus as well. So you have that for your WAN port as well. I'm just going to pop the questions just above my head. Make sure I get that right. Pop that just there. So Vasil, you said you got an AI DSLR. That looks to be a really good camera. And I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one of those, hopefully, in the near future, to do a review on one of those. So yeah, I mean, I've been told that these are really good, sharp cameras. And I think it was Clay over at DPC Technologies done a review on this, and I think I actually spoke about this last week on the live stream, that there is only a single review on YouTube for this at this point. So not many people have actually reviewed these, so I'm hoping to get my hands on one of these so I can bring you a review of these. I'd be interested to know what your use case is for that and what you're really going to be doing with that. Is it something you're looking to pick up for license plates? Is it just something for clarity? It'd be good to know. Cloud Gateway Ultra, yep, I mean definitely a good buy. It's a steal for what it is. Flex PoE, the cameras, yeah, the G3 Instant definitely, and a PoE plus adapter with your link. So thank you for using that. If anybody is looking to buy any Ubiquiti gear, I do have an affiliate link. So I mean, it is in all my videos, and I can paste it in the chat in this one as well. So anything you do decide to buy does help me out. So I'm just going to come across to the other side, and I'm going to pull my link up. Whether that would be anything from Ubiquiti directly or anything from Amazon. I do have an Amazon web link as well. Anything of those, I mean, it's greatly appreciated, and we do get a small kickback, and it helps me bring you more videos. So I'm happy to do this. I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun doing it, playing with the latest and greatest tech. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do that. I was planning for an AI Pro in the future, but decided to pull the trigger as it was 60% off. I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely. It's one of those things, once you drop down to that sort of price, you can't say no to it. It's something that you're definitely going to want to buy. If it's something you were looking at and you were considering it, this is definitely a tipping point for you to pull the trigger on it for sure. So yeah, I mean, the AI Pro camera is again another good one. It's on there with the AI lineup. It has the 4K, it has the zoom lens, and it has the SLR lens on top of it. So I mean, definitely that's a plus for it. So if we jump back to the Black Friday deals, we did have so we have the 16 and 24 port Pro Max. Now this was the non-PoE version. So if you're looking to buy either of these and you don't need the PoE, but you want the 2.5 gig, this is definitely one of those options. We have the 10 gig Flex. This is a 10 gig switch, which is 5 ports. So one uplink, and then you've got 10 gig within the switch itself. So the uplink is actually only PoE plus. So it's more designed, I guess, for a desktop switch. If you want to have, I don't know if they've got any. Yeah, I mean, that's the only one. So yeah, I mean, there you go. That shows it right there. So you can keep it on your desktop and connect, say, for example, your two Macs or your Mac and your NAS, and get that full throughput that you might need on here. Excuse me. If we go back, and then we move to the Wi-Fi access points. So a lot of people, I think, in some of the forums, this got a bit of heat. But I guess the Wi-Fi access points that did come out, there wasn't any Wi-Fi 6 ones, and there wasn't any Wi-Fi 7s. But I mean, these are solid Wi-Fi units. I'm not trying to defend what Ubiquiti have done with these devices. Obviously, it's their business decision, so it's entirely up to them. But I mean, these are definitely solid Wi-Fi access points. Wi-Fi 5 has been solid, and I can imagine there are quite a number of people that are still running Wi-Fi 5 and perfectly happy with it. So it comes down to your use case and scenario. You might not need the high throughput, and in that case, then this is perfect for what you might need. And there are some high density ones as well. I mean, if we look at this one, the ACHD has 8 spatial streams in it. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Then we had the cameras. So you can see the AI turret actually isn't on here because it's not available in the UK yet. It's only available on the EU store. So we have the G4 Bullet and the G4 Doorbell Pro and the AI Dome. So the AI Dome dropped down. For anybody in the US, that dropped down $100. So you can go and get that for $100 cheaper. You still have a day and a half that's left. Yep, 1 day, 3 hours. So you have till the end of Monday evening, depending on where you are. I'm sure that changes depending on your locality. And then we had the AI Theta cameras and the G4 Pro. So I think the cameras, they didn't include the G5 cameras, which again, a lot of people might have wanted. But again, the G4 Bullet, solid camera. The G4 Pro, it's a solid camera, solid choice for what you might need. The Doorbell Pro, I think that flew out the door. That was one. I mean, it's their top offering on their doorbell at the moment. So that one flew out the door quite quickly. And the AI Dome, well, it's only just come out. I'm not sure if anyone has actually released a video on it yet, so I'm just going to have a little check. Unfortunately, I don't have the AI dome yet, so I haven't been able to bring a review. Again, I know Clay over at DPC Technology, he did post something a little while back on one of the forums. I think it might have been Facebook, I'm not sure, where he has the dome and the turret. So no doubt he will be bringing you a review really soon. Let me just have a quick look. If we have, let's just bring this down here. So, yeah, I mean, UniFi AI Dome. It doesn't seem to be. This is just a reaction video. Yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be anybody that's released the dome just yet. The AI turret, I believe, is an advantage at the moment. I think it's only me that's done the video. Nope, there's a second video on there 6 days ago. So there's a couple of videos of the AI turrets. There's a few reaction videos. So, I mean, yeah, go ahead and check them out. There's a few shorts that are on there already. So those have definitely gone out. And yeah, I mean, you've got a size comparison between them there as well if you want to check those out. By the way, the Mobile Router Ultra is now available in the EU store. I did see the Mobile Router Ultra. I did have a look at that, but I didn't go any further into what the differences are between them. I did see that one come out though. So I'll add that to the list. Maybe we can have a bit of a discussion on that in a short while. Do you think it will get back in stock while the offer is still on? I couldn't say, to be honest. I don't know if Ubiquiti are going to be releasing any more doorbells. That was in the UK. I'm not sure. I'm going to do this on the fly. So let's take a look. Where are we? Let's go to the G4 Doorbell Pro. I'm assuming it's sold out everywhere. So if we go to the EU store, if we check out Austria, yeah, that's sold out there. And if we check out the US, yeah, that's sold out there. So it's sold out everywhere at this point that I can see. I don't know if the guys over in Canada, whether they're lucky enough to have them in stock. Nope, they're sold out there as well. So yeah, like I mentioned, they went out the door quite quickly. Those did so, and it did say on Ubiquiti's while stock lasts or until the quantities run out. So I'm probably going to assume that, yeah, it's probably not going to come back. But keep an eye tomorrow. It's another working day, Cyber Monday as they call it. So who knows? Maybe you might see something that gets updated in terms of stock levels. And then we have the AI DSLR. So this is the last camera in the lineup. This is the long distance model. I'm going to assume the wide angle is sold out. Yep, so the wide angle did again sell out quite quickly, and it is a special offer, limited one unit per user. So you would have only been able to order one should you have wanted any more. So that's those, and I think the final ones were the UISP ones, which we had. Oh no, we had the Gateway Lite. So if you want again something similar to the UniFi Express, we have the Gateway Lite and the UISP console, Wave AP, and the Edge Router 6. On the first day, only the wide-angle lens was available. When it sold out, they reduced the price of the telephoto lens. Okay, well, that's interesting to know. If I go to the US side of things, we'll see if we can spot anything extra. So the US have both. So the DSLR, they're both sold out anyway. But they have the long distance and the AI DSLR. So they're out there. You can see the turret is sold out. It sold out quite quickly. And the dome sold out quickly as well. The UIS, there seems to be more under the UISP stuff, so there's a few more items there. But other than that, I think the Beacon HD was another one that popped up in the US store. Other than that, I think it was pretty much the same. So yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot on there to digest if you were looking for something. If at the very least, the only thing I would say is take advantage of the free delivery, because that's something that I think everyone would want, whatever they can get their hands on. The US is 1 day, 11 hours left on their site. So yeah, again, check those out. So that was the Black Friday deal. What are we on at the moment? Okay. Next, I want to have a quick look at. So I wanted to show you guys the actual turret, if you haven't seen it. So this is. I've actually unmounted it for the time being. So this is it. It's a fairly big camera in terms of what it is, and I did actually record a video on this, and I didn't include it within the video, but the actual size difference between the two. So you can see this is the G5 Ultra, and no, this is the Turret Ultra. Yep, Turret Ultra. Let me get the names correct. So this is the Turret Ultra, and this is the AI Turret. So you can see there's a reasonable amount of size between them, the size difference between the two. Although on camera, on camera, it's a little bit difficult doing it like this because I don't have all my cameras set up how I normally would. So that's coming though in a future live stream. I am changing my setup slightly to be able to bring you more interactive sessions than me just talking, and maybe we can start building stuff together, building our networks, looking at some other areas as well, like UniFi access. So hopefully those will be coming in a later live stream. I do have some new products that have arrived for review. I have them next to me, so I will show you them in just a second. And over the coming weeks, you'll see those reviews come out as and when they get recorded. So if there is something you want to see on these, let me know down. Let me know in the chat, or let me know in the comments after. If you're watching this back after, let me know, and we'll see if we can test them out. So the first ones are. So the first one is this one right here. This is the Device Bridge Pro. Let me bring this up on my screen. There we go. So this is the Device Bridge Pro. I'm just trying to find the best angle for you. This is a point-to-point wireless system. It's sold as single units and can go up to 5 kilometers in terms of distance. So, and it can give you that extra uplink that you need without actually having to run a cable or anything like that. And it gives you PoE plus on the other side. It gives you PoE, sorry, on the other side. So it's still wrapped up in its box. It's not something I've opened yet and tested, but if there's something you want to see with those, let me know. And then I think there's been a few of these reviews that have come out this week, so I might see what other kind of video we can do on this, put it to the test a little bit. And then we have the Device Bridge. So this right here, if I can find it. So this is the Device Bridge Pro. So this is the Device Bridge, $90, £90, sorry, not $90. £90, and this can extend something to connect. So whether it's a PoE camera, a talk phone, any other IoT device, it provides 15 watts worth of PoE power. And you can connect this up via, it's called, there we go, it's right there, it says it right in front of me, UniFi Wi-Fi Auto Link. And this will then connect back to your network, and it gives you up to 867 megabits per second throughput. I'm not sure what the capability of this. This is marketed obviously as a single device. Can it connect into a switch and plug in multiple devices? Who knows? Maybe something I can try and include in my video if it's possible. It might not be what it's intended for, but hey, I mean, we can always test it. Then we have, hey Jeff, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day, great day, wherever you are. Then we have the wonderful, which definitely got some mixed reactions when it came out. This is the Power Amp. So this is something I'm definitely looking forward to test. Maybe once I get set up, maybe I can bring this on a live stream, and we can have a play around with it all together, and we can see how that works. So if that's something you want to do, let me know. I'm happy to do something like that once I'm set up for it. Yeah, let me know. Is Ubiquiti ever going to release their door lock? I'm using Home Assistant to open a door with a doorbell fingerprint. In terms of, so I didn't get to the UniFi World Conference, unfortunately. I was actually away on vacation at that point. Otherwise, I would have gone. In terms of what's coming in the future, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. I don't get any early knowledge as to what's coming at this point. And even if we did, as creators, a lot of us are bound by NDAs, so we wouldn't be able to share any of those information with you anyway, until it's time to. But I can tell you, we don't have any information on any door locks as of yet. Not to say it's coming, whether it's in the works or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's nothing that I'm aware of. What smart lock are you using at the moment? It's something I've started looking into. There's a few requests that have come in for a video on this, so I'll be intrigued to find out what people are using. I'll be interested to see what people are using out there and how they have it integrated with their Home Assistant. So yeah, that'll be good to know. The U7 Pro Max sucks. I'm gonna make the assumption you're talking about the IoT issues, not issues that are currently there that some people are facing. Maybe not a lot of people, but there are people that are having issues for the U7 Pro Max, which is the IoT issues that some people are facing. I think Ubiquiti have mentioned that they're already looking into this, but yeah, I'm not sure where that one is. But I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, or unless you can elaborate on that a little bit further, that would be good. So that was that one, and sheep. Hey, is it only the U7 Pro Max or the U7 Pro? I don't actually know. Let's have a quick look. I think there was actually a thread on one of the websites that I read the other day. Let me just bring this up 1 second. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you this one, for example. So like I said, there are some people that are having issues, some people that are not. I'm not going to sit here and Google everything with you guys. There is plenty of information out there on this. So for example, something like this, someone's had a U7 Pro, U7 Pro Max, and then some people are just reading through some of the top comments. There's no issues here. Some people had issues with early firmware, and then they worked out and it all worked okay. So no issues with some IoT devices, but then there'll be some people that have, I think, probably a high number of IoT devices, and I think that's where possibly the issue might be coming in. I mean, I don't want to speak too much to it because I don't know overly too much about it. I don't have a massive amount of IoT devices, and I've not really seen any retries as such as too many. So yeah, I mean, it's probably something that a lot of people have. So yeah, without answering your question and answering your question, I don't know if it is limited to the U7 Pro Max. I only have the U7 Pro Max, so I don't have that issue as it stands. Yeah, know about that. But every phone that connects to it gets a huge amount of TX retries. I can only point you to the community forums. So generally, Ubiquiti can be quite responsive on here. So I would suggest you head off to the community forums and post your issue there, and then generally they pick up some stuff from here if it's a known issue, and if there's enough people that talk about it, they will obviously continue looking in, and you have the option to log a ticket. The response might not be the quickest, but I mean, go ahead and log a ticket with them. Definitely get their take on it and come back and report, because it's something that we would all be interested in if we're having issues. I have 5 phones in my house. Again, I've not seen any retries, but perhaps something you might want to log an issue with. It could be a bug in the firmware, one of your settings. It could be anything basically. So probably I would direct you that way. I've switched over to LTE and back all the time when connected to it. Is that your internet connection? As in your phone connection, you're switching over to LTE, sorry. So do you find that it just doesn't work, and then once you restart it works again? Is that what it is? Or you just find that you just get sick of it and then just move on to LTE? Swiss Army knife versus Flex HD. Is that a video you're looking for? So I did do a video a little while ago. Where is it? Sorry, I'm going to scroll a little bit through my videos. Let's have a quick look. I think it was one I did a while back. Yeah, here we go. So we have, I did the Swiss Army knife versus the AP mesh, but I've not done it against the Flex HD. So I'd have to have a look to see whether that's a comparison worth doing. And if I still have a Swiss Army knife as well. I'm not sure I still have one. Hey Albert, how's it going? Yeah, so Jacob, I would definitely recommend you try and post to the forums, and if you can get enough noise, then I'm sure Ubiquiti would be more inclined to look at it. Or by noise, I mean if more people are having that issue. But I would definitely log a ticket with them at the very least. That's one thing I would do. So the last thing, I will come back to the comments in just a few moments. So the last thing I do have, which I've started playing around with, and I'm hoping to bring you more videos on this stuff soon. And this is the UniFi Access. So the UniFi Access, this is the G2 kit, and this is a borrowed unit at this point. So I'm having a little play around with it and seeing what we can and can't do. I have managed to actually get it working with my garage door. So that was relatively easy and simple. And if you guys want to see a tutorial or whether that be useful for you, let me know. And yeah, I mean, we can put a video together for that. And the other bit I'm working on is looking at a gate opener and trying to get that to work with the UniFi Access. So I know specifically there are two different kits you can buy. You can buy the G2 kit, which is the door hub. So generally this would be used for a strike lock or mag locks or whatever you have set up. And the other one, which is not available in the UK yet, so I'm hoping to try and get one of these soon, which will be more suited to what I'm looking for. Oh, not this. That will be, where are we? This will be this one. So the gate starter kit is slightly different on this. I need to look entirely into what the features are, but there are some different options on here, and you have the intercom for the front gate. So this will be something I've been waiting to get my hands on for a little while, and hopefully I can get my hands on one of these soon and bring you a video on this. So definitely interested along with that and doing the license plate unlock. So yeah, I'm definitely, hopefully going to be, I say definitely, I hopefully will be bringing you a video on that. Any recommendations for the device, for the antenna for the UDB? UDB or UDB Pro? So the UDB does come with an antenna built into it. I'm assuming your antenna isn't strong enough. I haven't played around with this yet, so I can't answer that question at this point, what the limitations are, what's not, other than what is on here. So I do have it. It's still wrapped up. If I scroll down to the bottom, let's have a little look what we have here. So it has one connector for an external Omni antenna. So I don't have any recommendations at this point. Maybe something I will make a note of on the side and I will include in my video when I do my review on it. So yeah, sorry Mike, I won't be able to answer your question at this point, but yeah, I'll be sure to include it in my review once I get around to doing it. So if you are new here, you know what you need to do. Join the community, hit the like button, do subscribe to us. I do try, and I have started to try and live stream every week. So do join me. Sunday evening is generally when I do, but sometimes it could be a Saturday, or if there's a new product and I want to unbox it with you guys live, then maybe something I will do during the week as well. But it will be more towards the evening. And if you haven't already, hit that like button or the heart button on this video to help me give it more traction. So yeah, I mean, definitely do that so we can reach a bigger audience and we can have more people on these live streams. So we moved to, I guess, the main thing that I wanted to talk about today, which was the Wi-Fi access points. The main thing was the Wi-Fi access points. So there are total of 23 different access points that you can buy at the moment. I think I'm going to jump across to the US store because, okay, there's actually less there. There's 22 than I was expecting, but is that just the in-stock ones? That's fine. Let's just use the US store. Albert, thank you very much for the super chat. That is very highly appreciated. Thank you. It does help me bring you more wonderful content like this. What modem do you use with your cable provider? So I am in the UK, so I'm based in the UK, and I work with, I currently have a Virgin Media line, and that comes with its own modem, which you have the option to put into modem mode. So it just acts as a dumb terminal, basically, just to pass us through. So I have that connects to then my UDM Pro, and then my UDM Pro then connects to the rest of the devices. So that's how I have set up. I know in the US, they have, where is it? If I can find it, this one. They have your own cable internet, the UCI that you can do. I think our Virgin Media is similar to your Comcast, I think, in the US. So it comes in over coax. And yeah, so that's how we are set up. So I would be interested if they release this in the UK. I would be very interested in trying this. If I could get rid of that little modem that sits on top and just use something like this, that would be awesome. So yeah, I mean, if that ever does come out in the UK, I'll be sure to try this. There is a new provider I'm looking at soon, which currently I have a gig down and 100 meg up, but I want to kind of even that out a bit. And I think the best I can get in my area at the moment is about 2 down and 2 up. That's 2 gig down, 2 gig up. So I'll definitely be intrigued at looking at that. So back to the topic at hand, the Wi-Fi access points is something I was hopefully looking to cover. Looking at where we are at the moment, we're quite a way through the live stream, so I'll probably start this week, and then maybe it's something we can pick up again next week if we don't get as far as we do. So they split up their models in a few different ways. If we look at the flagship models, they all have the discs. So these are the most probably recognized Wi-Fi access points. They're the ones that sit on the wall or the ceiling, and have a very similar radiation pattern between the two. You have the options of Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6, and Wi-Fi 7, and even Wi-Fi 6E, I should say, as well. So we have, I don't have them all, so I can't obviously show you them in terms of size comparison, but we can definitely have a quick chat. So we have the AC Pro, which is the step up to the U6 Pro. That's from Wi-Fi 5 to Wi-Fi 6. And then from Wi-Fi 6 to Wi-Fi 7 is the U7 Pro. So they're the three. The U6 long range and the U7 Pro Max, I would probably say it is similar in terms of the next step ups, so the step ups in terms of model. The U6 Plus, I think this used to be equivalent to the AC Lite. I've not actually ever seen a U6 Plus or reviewed a U6 Plus, so I'm going to assume at this point it's similar to the U6 Lite, and it does it literally says there the U6 Lite, so it is called the Plus, but the U6 Lite with high performance, so I guess it's a one grade up. Then we move across to, so that was the flagship one. So we have the U6 we have the U6 Plus, and then we have the U6 Enterprise. So this is their one that they released, which was Wi-Fi 6E. So definitely something that if you're looking for that, and it has a high spatial streams and 6 gigahertz support. So the U6 Pro and the U6 long range, I don't believe have the 6 gigahertz bands, and we'll have a look at the technical specs. Yeah, you can see the 6 gigahertz aren't there, whereas the Wi-Fi, the U6 Enterprise, has the 6 gigahertz support. So 10 spatial streams in here and covers up to 140 square meters with 600 devices, 600 plus connected devices at any one point. So those are generally the flagship ones that you can buy. let's have a quick look back at the comments. So in Germany, you'd be lucky to have 250 megabits DSL line. Yeah, I do hear about some other areas or other countries, I should say, where you can't get as high a bandwidth. We are lucky, I guess, in some instances for the speeds we get in the broadband. But then we can compare ourselves to other countries and see what speeds they're getting. I know you can definitely get 10 gig in the States. I think there's Google Fiber that offer the 10 gig. Probably comes at a price, but it is available. Amazing channel. Use the Wi-Fi dishes in the warehouse office. Great range, would recommend. Thank you very much. Thank you for the compliment on the channel. And yeah, I mean, the Ubiquiti stuff does play quite well in a lot of business deployments. The U6 Plus has Wi-Fi 6 on both bands. So if we just go back to this, let's have a little look. Okay, right. So it has the Wi-Fi 6 capabilities across both bands. Okay, fine, fair enough. That's good to know. Yeah, so like that's one I've not really done before, so I can't speak too much to that one. And then we have the in-walls. So they seem to upgrade these as they've gone along. So the original one was the in-wall HD, which I guess is Wi-Fi 5, 6 spatial streams. This one's out of stock at this point. And then we have the U6 in-wall. So again, the same 6 spatial streams. They have the 4-port switch within. And that basically houses Wi-Fi 6 within it. And then we have, yeah, so it has 4 gigabit ports. Then we have the enterprise version. So this is again the same. You can see by the box itself is it's a little bit bigger. And it has 10 spatial streams and the 6 gigahertz support. So this does Wi-Fi 6E. If you guys ever want to see a breakdown of what the different Wi-Fi spectrums are, again, let me know and we can do something like that. These are the data rates. Yeah, so this one definitely has Wi-Fi 6E and it still has, I believe, yep, the 4 connected devices at the bottom. So if I look in the box, yeah, you can see it just here. We have the 4, I guess, network connectivities at the bottom, so you can go and plug other devices into them. And then we have the U7 Pro wall. So this has the Wi-Fi 7 capabilities with 6 gigahertz. For anybody wondering, MLO is not available yet, I believe, on Ubiquiti. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong at this point. I believe it is coming, but it's not there just yet. So as soon as it does come, I mean, I'll be definitely sure to test out and create a video on this. But in terms of coverage, they all have around 140 square meters, I believe. I think that's the standard. Oh, sorry, I stand corrected. 115 square meters for Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6E is 115 square meters and in-wall is 90 square meters. So not as big, but do keep those ranges, take those ranges with a pinch of salt, because you do have walls in the way. There might be steel in the way. There could be bricks. There could be stud walls. It depends really what it is. So we have the U6 extender. The U6 extender, this literally just plugs into your plug socket or your AC outlet, I guess, wherever you are in the world, whatever terminology you use. And this just extends your Wi-Fi. It literally does exactly what it says on the tin. It works as a repeater, so it extends out your Wi-Fi. Do keep in mind, though, it cuts your bandwidth in half as you extend out further and further. You probably can put a few of these together, but your bandwidth then gets cut in half. So do keep that one in mind. I think a very, very long time ago, I did a video on how to do the UniFi mesh uplink. Yeah, I'm not going to scroll back through all my videos. So it was a very long time ago. I'm sure it's still relevant to today. So if you're trying to understand the concept, go ahead and check that out. Then we have the outdoor ones. So in terms of the outdoors, so let's go back to the comments for 1 second. Let's take a quick step. I can't send links, but Google UniFi MLO and click the first link. So let's have a look. UniFi MLO. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna pull up my UniFi network on the side. I do want to have a look to see if that is available yet. I didn't think it was, but I'm happy to be corrected, or if anybody knows otherwise, I'm happy for them to say. So can't see anything around MLO, but again, I mean, if anybody knows, let's have a quick look. So Wi-Fi settings, Wi-Fi. Let's find a Wi-Fi configuration. Yeah, I can't see. Toggle the MLO if you want it on. Yeah, I can't say it's actually there for sure that I can see, unless I'm being completely, I mean, let's have a quick, can I bring this on the screen? Let's have a look at what's on here. Yeah, there's nothing on here at this point. So this is my Wi-Fi. So I'm running 8, the latest one that's just been released, which I can't remember, is 8 dot something. Oh, here we go. It's right in front of me. 8.6.9. It's right there. So we have the enhanced IoT connectivity, and I can't see MLO. So I don't think it's actually out yet. I think it might be in early access, possibly. So if you're running an early access piece of software, it might actually be there, but it's not available for general release yet, I believe. So next we have the outdoor access points. We'll go back to those. We'll come back to the MLO topic if we need to. So we have the Swiss Army knife that I did, again, a little review on this versus the AC mesh. So these are both Wi-Fi 5 devices. Depending on what you're looking to do, it will probably suit you in most scenarios, I'm guessing. So, I mean, you can go and check those out for sure. That's a video I did probably about 6 months ago. That's there. So that's these two, and which one would be the better option. We have then the Mesh Pro, which I believe gives you 185 meters, and the AC mesh is 140 meters, square meters, I should say, in terms of coverage. So the Mesh Pro gives you that a little bit more, and it says the name in itself. It's designed to mesh if you want it to mesh. We have, so we have the Wi-Fi 6 with 6 spatial streams and 140 square meters. That's the U6 mesh and the U6 Mesh Pro. Sorry, 6 spatial streams and 140 square meters, and 4 spatial streams and 185 square meters. So I believe the reason this is slightly more expensive is because it has a pass-through as well as an uplink. Uplink, weatherproof, yeah. So I think that's the reason the Mesh Pro is a little bit more expensive, because it has the uplink port on it. Then we have the U7 Outdoor. So again, another one that I reviewed a little while ago. If I go to here, let's have a little look. If we go back, where is it? There's too many thumbnails to go through. And yes, I know my thumbnails are quite triggering for some people. But hey, it's the YouTube game, unfortunately. There you go. So that's one I did about a month ago. In this, we sort of did some testing with it. So I took it outside onto the drive, and we did the directional antenna and the omnidirectional antenna. So you have 2 different options off the back of that. So that's a really good option if you are looking for something like this, and it gives you a lot bigger coverage. So 465 square meters. And then it's software switchable. So you can choose within. You can either use the antennas on top, which, if I can find a picture, there you go. Excuse me. We have the antenna on top that you can use if you want to do that. And that has a 2.5 gig uplink as well. So it has a decent amount of throughput that you can do. That's the Wi-Fi 7 and the Swiss Army knife. Then we have the mega capacity. I don't think I've ever used this. I believe they used this in their basketball team. I believe the UniFi's the basketball team they're associated with. I think they used it with this. So this is designed for stadiums, high density rollouts where you have a high number of devices that are on here. I don't think this has been in stock for a little while, but yeah, I mean that's what you would use that one for. So that's a $1,500 Wi-Fi access point. And then finally, so I actually got through this a lot quicker than I thought I would. But we have the Wi-Fi bridging capabilities. So we had the UBB XG and the UBB that came out. So these are point-to-point bridges. So you get two of these devices in a box. And if we open this up, it uses the 60 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz to connect between, and it has a maximum range of about 500 meters. That's one. The building to building has a maximum range of 500 meters as well. So the main difference between the two, let's have a little look. I think it's just the uplink port. So the 10 gig SFP plus and the 1 gig PoE plus, and it's powered using PoE plus. So I believe that is the main difference between them. But if we have a little look, it's half the price. So there's got to be more than that. I've not actually used these, so which is why I'm probably looking this up on the fly. I've not used these building to building ones just yet. But yeah, I guess they're sold out at this point. Oh no, these aren't sold out. There you go. There's something in the US store that's not sold out for anybody that always says things are sold out in the US store. But yeah, I mean, this sort of gives you that point to point, building to building. If you need to connect two buildings together, you don't have the option to run a cable, and it goes up to 500 meters apart. Would be interesting to see the max range between the UDB Pro and the U7 Outdoor with the directional antenna. So I was actually planning to do this kind of test, hopefully within the video. I just need to find a piece of land long enough that I can get enough power and check the range between them. I'd be interesting to see what the difference is between something like this versus another Wi-Fi access point, for example. So yeah, I mean, that's something I would like to test if I had the space to do this, but I think given the, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's something I would be able to do, but I never know. I mean, I might be able to try and do something like this. And then the last two access points are the Device Bridge Pro and the Device Bridge. I can give you some land if you come to Germany. That's a very generous offer. Thank you, Maxi. Let's see what we can do. I wouldn't say no. Let's see what we can do. We can definitely try and come up with a plan to see if we can test something like this over a 5 kilometers? Yeah, 5 kilometer stretch. So as long as you have a flat piece of land that's 5 kilometers, I mean, yeah, let's see what we can do. If you'd told me probably about 4 months ago, I was in Germany, maybe 5 months ago, but yeah, I don't think this device was available at that point. So yeah, that's the sort of the Wi-Fi access points. I don't have two UDB Pros. No, I only have the single one. So yeah, the last one was there. Sorry, I just accidentally closed that tab. So you have the Device Bridge Pro. I don't think it quite says what the limitation of distance is on this. Technical specs. So I guess this is as far as your Wi-Fi can reach, basically, with this. But yeah, I'm hoping to open these up at some point this week and start to do some of the testing on this, and then I can report my findings once I find out more. In terms of where I was out in Berlin. We were there for a different reason. But yeah, we were out in Berlin at that point when I was in Germany. Is that anywhere near where you are, or are you located somewhere else? The last thing I wanted to mention was a lot of people tend to ask what the radiation patterns are for the Ubiquiti devices. You're relocated in Munich. Okay, cool. So a lot of people want to know what the radiation pattern is for the devices themselves. So down here, Ubiquiti do have, and I'll pop a link in the chat for anybody that wants this. They have their radiation patterns of all their access points, and you can read that along here, and it tells you what sort of the pattern is and what sort of signal and throughput you're going to get, what sort of signal you might get from some of these devices, and how you need to position them. So that's the key one. You need to know how to position them, and this gives you that understanding on how to do that. Excuse me. So yeah, it shows you all the devices that have any sort of Wi-Fi capabilities. So yeah, I mean, if you ever want to know stuff like this, then this is what you need to know. And it probably goes all the way. I mean, it goes the AC Pro, the AC Lite. It has the in-wall Pro. It even has the UMD, which I don't even think they sell anymore. So yeah, that's something that is, if you ever wanted to know, yeah, that's out there. And they also have these model summaries, so it actually shows you here how the pattern is and how you mount it and what happens. And that has that for all the Wi-Fi access points. So for example, if we take the U7 Pro Max and we mount it this way, you can see the kind of signal we're going to get if we get it mounted in a certain direction. So if you ever had those questions as to how to actually get this mounted, that's definitely your answer right there. So I think I'm going to leave the mobile router for this week. I'm getting to the point where we're almost going to wrap up. Actually, you know what? Let's dive in a little bit. I've not spent too much time on this, so let's dive in. So the industrial router, I believe, is already out. I think you can get that in the US store, or you can't get it in the US store. Let's have a little look. So in the US, oh no, wrong one. Yeah, there you go. You can get it in the US store. Got mine, been using it for the last couple of weeks. Is that the industrial one, or did you get the mobile ultra? So we have the industrial one, which is 2 gigabits, 2 gigabit ports with 1 PoE output. Powered. This is again another one of those things that sort of, if you're in a remote area, or you have something else in a remote area and you want to use the cellular connectivity to connect up a camera, and then I believe there's some hosting fees on this. So yeah, it's right here. So we have offers secure remote access for full management via mobile UniFi Mobility Manager at mobility.ui.com. I don't know why that's a mouthful to say. For $2 per month or $19 per year, and you get a 30-day free trial included. The core management is always available via local connection. So if you wanted to be able to remote manage it, then yes, it's something you would have to pay for. So it's an extra $2 a month, but $19 per year if you pay for the year up front. So you have the industrial with a Vodafone SIM. How do you find the reliability and the connectivity? Do you have it connected back to your VPN at home? Do you do any special routing or anything? I know when these first came out, a lot of people complained about the category 4. I say a lot of people complained. I'm sure 90% of people are generally happy with this. It's probably the 10% that like to complain about everything and everything. But I'm sure they have some valid reasons. So if we have a quick look, don't think let me just pull this up to this side 1 second. So if I go to youtube.com, I'm not sure how many videos are out on this, so let's take a look. Mobile router industrial. I think we have another one. So I mean, if we have a quick look here, we have Ubiquiti's video. We have someone that's done the mobile router review, so HostFi. So that's Riley and his team. Out of the box series. So this chap here tends to unbox a lot of these products. Talks about them, but doesn't tend to do too many tutorials, I don't think. We have the Wi-Fi Mobile Ultra here, and there we go. So I think this might be a, yeah, no, that is, we have a reaction video from Cody. Yeah, I don't think, again, the mobile industrial stuff, I don't think there's a lot of videos out there at the moment. So who knows? Maybe if I can get hold of some of these devices, we can look at doing some videos on these. So you have 3 different options. So you have the mobile router industrial, which has 2 gigabit ports and 1 PoE out. So you can power up a, I think they show a camera on this one. No, they don't show a camera. Or do they show a camera? No. I feel like in the video that I saw, they showed a camera being powered by PoE. So I'm not quite sure. So you've got outdoor GPS location tracking, pole or DIN rail mounting, and it's weatherproof. But the Router Ultra has 2 100 meg ports, which I think this is what they might have been complaining about. The fact that it's just a 100 meg port on this. So automatic failover, LTE, WAN, Wi-Fi, powered by USB-C. Yeah, so that's the main difference between the two, is the ports that you get on them. But yeah, I'll definitely, if I was able to get my hands on one of these, I'd be more intrigued to test and see what you can and can't do with this. With the UMR Ultra, it comes with a 180-day cloud-free trial. $2 per month, $19 per year, so same price as the other one, but it's $49 for 3 years per mobile router. So if you have multiple of these, it's $49 for 3 years, but they don't offer that on the industrial one, and they only offer a 30-day trial as well. They don't offer, they might do, but it's from what I can see there. I'm only reading what's on their website. And then we have the mobile router. What is this? The mobile router itself is a plug and play device. Again, another LTE category 4. This has a pre-installed AT&T Nano SIM. So this is the US site I'm looking at this point. It has 2 gigabit ports and 1 PoE output. Let's have a look. Yeah, so that's the mobile router. I'll be interested to see what this says on the UK version, if it is available. Sold out. So you bring your own SIM on the UK version, and then the mobility cloud, again, it's £2 per month per mobile router. Mobility cloud is not required when you bring your own Nano SIM. Basic management such as Wi-Fi configuration is always available through local access. So yeah, that's these devices. I've not played around with the mobile routing stuff. Neither have I. I don't even think I did a reaction video to this because I don't think I was around at the time. But yeah, I mean that's the mobile router stuff. So I'm going to wrap up probably this live stream in just a few moments. So if you have any further questions, I mean, go ahead and ask at this point. If not, it's been great having you all this evening. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back again next week. If there's any topics that you want to see covered, let me know down in the comments or after this video, or let me know in the chat here. As I did mention, I am changing my live stream setup a little bit. So I'm hoping to bring more interactive sessions, so we can bring stuff to the desk. I'll have my camera and we can start playing around with a few things and maybe doing some we can do some tutorials on a live stream, or we can work things out together on a live stream and play around with the UniFi equipment. If not, it's been great speaking to you all this evening, and well, I hope I see you next week on the live stream.